All right, let's talk about something every Python developer runs into: dependency hell. You know the feeling. You update one project and suddenly another one completely breaks. Well, today we're going to show you how to escape that mess for good using a super powerful tool that's already built right into Python: the virtual environment. So let's kick things off with a classic developer dilemma. Picture this. You're working on two amazing projects at the same time, but there's a hidden catch, a little conflict brewing under the surface that's about to cause a huge headache. See, both projects need the same library, but they need completely different versions. Project A needs version 1.0, while Project B needs the shiny new 2.0. This is what we call a dependency conflict. And if you install version 2.0 for Project B, you've just shattered Project A. It's a lose-lose situation that can stop you dead in your tracks. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through this whole challenge and its really elegant solution. We'll start by really nailing down the problem, then we'll look at the virtual solution, create our very first environment, learn how to manage all the packages inside, and finally wrap up with how to keep everything neat and shareable. Okay, so what is this dependency dilemma really all about? Let's dig in and get to the root of the problem. You can think of your main Python installation, the one in your system, as a single shared toolbox. Every single project you work on has to pull its tools from that one box. And as you can imagine, it gets crowded and messy really, really fast. That's where things start to break. But here's the great news. Python has this brilliant built-in solution that is going to completely change how you work. Seriously. And this really says it all. A virtual environment is like giving each one of your projects its very own private, brand new toolbox. It gets its own copy of Python, its own set of packages. It's completely isolated from everything else on your computer. No more fighting, no more conflicts. So now that you get the idea, let's get our hands dirty and actually make one. I promise you, it is way easier than you think. Getting started is really just a simple two-step dance. First, we're going to create that clean, isolated space for our project. Then we just need to activate it, which is basically like stepping inside that new space to start working. So from inside your project's folder, you're going to run this command. The python-m venv part tells Python to run its built-in virtual environment tool. And that last part, .venv, is just what we're naming the folder it creates. It's a super common convention, and that little dot at the beginning helps keep it tucked away and organized. Okay, once it's created, you need to step inside. You got to activate it. As you can see, the command is just a little different depending on if you're on Windows or a Mac or Linux. But don't worry, the result is exactly the same. You are now operating inside your project's own little private world. And how do you know it worked? Well, check this out. Your command prompt actually changes. You'll see the name of your environment right there in parentheses. That is your constant visual reminder that you're working safely inside that isolated space. Pretty cool, right? All right, so you're inside your new virtual environment. Now what? Well, now the fun really starts. You now have total freedom to install whatever you want, whatever your project needs, without a single worry about messing up anything else. And to do that, you'll use pip, Python's package installer. But now, any package you install is only for this environment. You can install the newest version of a library, you can lock it to an old specific version, you can upgrade it, you can uninstall it, and none of it will affect anything outside this little sandbox. This is how Project A and Project B can finally coexist in peace. And hey, if you ever forget what version of a package you're using or you're trying to hunt down a weird bug, the pip show command is your best friend. It gives you a super quick and clean report on any package inside your active environment. Okay, so you've built this perfect little isolated world for your project. Everything's running smoothly. But what happens when a teammate needs to work on it? Or you need to put it on a server? That's where this next part comes in, keeping things clean and, most importantly, reproducible. First things first, when you're done working, stepping out is just as easy as stepping in. All you do is type deactivate. Your prompt goes back to normal and you're back in your system's global space. Simple as that. Now, pay attention because this next step is absolutely crucial for working with other people. While your environment is still active, you run this command. What it does is create a perfect snapshot, a list of every single package you've installed and its exact version number. We save that snapshot to a file, and by convention, we call it requirements.txt. I want you to think of this file as the official recipe for your project. It tells anyone or any computer exactly what ingredients they need to get your project up and running. And this is the magic. Your teammate can grab the code, create their own new virtual environment, and run this one single command. Pip will read that recipe file and automatically install everything, perfectly recreating your setup. This is the ultimate fix for the, well, it works on my machine problem. So there you have it. By mastering this simple little workflow, create, activate, install, and freeze, you have just unlocked one of the most fundamental skills for professional Python development. You've conquered dependency conflicts for good, making your projects cleaner, more reliable, and so much easier to share. The only question left is, now that you're free from dependency hell, what amazing things are you going to build?